Okay, so this is another time of me streaming. This time I'm trying to display my full lab display. There's still more things that I can add, but at this point I can say that it's complete. So I've added a Windows 2016 server over here. I have a client over here. They're part of the same VLAN. Later on a different day I want to add this one onto a different VLAN, the VLAN 10, and I'm gonna add this to create another DHCP pool for VLAN 10. But for now I only have one DHCP pool for VLAN 20, and right here I have it. Right here is the client, and I have all the router configurations. Right here um, I configured the link aggregation for these three interfaces right here and these three interfaces right here. They're layer 3 interfaces that I configured right here for redundancy, and then I have the trunk links. I have the access layer over here, and then the core over here. I have the spine right here. Then I have the leaves right here, and they connected this router, which is the actually a layer 3 switch, and then it connects this router, which is basically the supposed to be the ISP router, which then connects to my physical network, which is displayed as the internet. I can show the configurations of switch 1 over here. And show run. And these are the network these are the network routes that I've configured. I'm using OSPF. I have an area 0, which is right between here, area 0, and then I have my area 1 right here. So this is going to be the other area, but so I have my OSPF network setup 9.9.9.0, which is in between here. This is the 9.9.9.0/30 network in between here, and then I have my this is the 88 network, 88.88 believe 10 right here, 88.88.10, and then 88.88.20. They're both point to point /30 right here, and then this is all switch ports that are configured right here, and then I have two SVIs, and that's what the 10 is for. 10.10.10.20 for VLAN 20, and 10.10.10. I mean 10.10.20.0 for VLAN 20, and 10.10.10.0 for VLAN 10, and 10.10.20.0 for VLAN 20. And I can show that right here. Show IP interface brief, and this is what I'm talking about. 10.10.10.2. So this is the VLAN interface for VLAN 10, and 10.10.20.2 for VLAN 20. But I actually have them as one router through HSRP, more specifically. Show standby brief, and you can see that I have this switch right here configured as the active router for VLAN 10, and then if I were to check switch 2, it would show that it's the active for VLAN 20. I also did the SDP configurations for this, so that they could make the most out of the HSRP. This bridge is the root bridge for VLAN 10, so they'll be making the most efficient routes. But I guess I should be showing switch 2 more, being that I have the clients in there. And show standby VLAN 10 20. Virtual IP address 10.10.20.254. So the actual gateway is 10.10.20.254. And showing active, that means that this right here, switch 2, is the active router for VLAN 20. And if I were to show, so spanning tree VLAN 20, it would also be show this somewhere. This might not be configured. Switch to okay, that is a problem. This bridge is the root bridge. Priority 32788. Switch 2 is supposed to be it, so I'm just gonna configure that now. .496. Okay. That has been fixed. So basically what I did, I thought I had already done this. I've been doing this, I've been configuring these changes through a number of days. But sometimes if you can forget if you did something on something else. So everything's good now. If I do show spanning tree VLAN 20, switch 5 is going to show that its root bridge now is G01. G01. So when either one of these hits the switch, it's gonna send it out to G01, which is switch 2 for VLAN 20, which is what I wanted to do because this is the main router for VLAN 20. So now that I have this all configured, go right here. Might have to restart this one. Kind of running low on resources at this point with all of the VMs that I'm running. Yes, I think I'm gonna have to restart it. Stop. So yeah, I fixed that whole spanning tree problem and configured spanning tree to run this as the root bridge, and for VLAN 20, and this was already configured to run as the root bridge for VLAN 10. We're just going to confirm that. VLAN 10, yes, it's set at the lowest possible priority for VLAN 10. Start this up again. Let's see, do I have R1 up? No, let me show you what's going on with R1. Show IP interface brief. So I have port channel 1 88.88.10.254 for right here, and 88.88.20.254 for right here. These are bundled ports. They're all bundled together to be configured as one logical port, and they're given one IP address for each side, you know, from this side, this side, this side, this side. We're looking at R1 standpoint, so this one and this one. Then we have 9991 for right here, and it's connected to R2, which is 9992. And then with R2, to show IP interface brief, we have this address connected to my actual network via DHCP. have it connected to this one, 9992, like I said, and then we have port address translation through overload, translating all the IP addresses from 10.10.10.0 and 10.10.20.0 to this, which is the outside interface right here, G00. Let's go back up here and let's open this up. Okay. I have it connected to the domain already. This is where I created the domain. What? Okay, so this is the admin. And local servers. Tools. Created the users. It's a bit of a lag because of lack of resources. I'll just leave this on. So if I control alt delete. This is where the user is at. I have it right here. Display name. That's what's displaying on the screen. Count. User login. It has a password configured. And it's being stored right here. It's also a DHCP address and a DNS, which it has to be if it's a domain controller, Active Directory controller. So now it's logged into here. I go CMD IP config /all. It shows that I'm connected to the domain that was created on the server, juliansdomain.local, generic name. Then it shows my default gateway is 10.10.20.254. So take note, it's not the 2016 server's IP address. It is right here, the virtual IP address of these two layer 3 switches. We configure the gateway as the virtual IP address of these two layer 3 switches because let's say for an instance that switch 2 fails, then instead of it going here, it'll go here to switch 1. Now it'll probably have to do something like this because of STP, but it will end up going to switch 1 if this one fails, so they'll have a rollover. But since they're both up, it's going to go to switch 2 through the virtual IP address that they're both sharing, which is 10.10.20.254, and that's what I created in the DHCP pool over there. Let's go back, and then the DHCP server is 10.10.20.10, which is the IP address of this. Because if you notice, it's the same thing as the DNS server, 10.10.20.10. This is the user account, PC name, user, this is DNS, the domain name, the domain, and the username is JJamaica1. So that's about it. If I were to there you go. This is all it. I got my ether channels right here. I got the spine and leaf configuration with the spine up here and the leaves down here. Then I got these making a pathway to the internet, and then I have my OSPF network routes configured on all of these so that they can make it up there. And I have my DHCP/DNS server. I think in the next one I'm gonna probably create some DHCP relay agents and have this computer connect to the DHCP server as well through VLAN 10. That's about it. I had to fix that one little problem with spanning tree protocol, with this not being the root bridge in VLAN 20, but now it is. And I hope you appreciated this stream.